Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by lush green fields, there lived two farmers named Ram and Shyam. They were neighbors, grew the same crops, and faced the same weather conditions. Yet their lives couldn't have been more different. Ram was a man with a gloomy outlook. Every morning he would stand on his porch and complain about how hard life was. If the sun was shining, he would grumble that it was too hot. If it rained, he'd complain about the mud. He blamed everyone, the government, the weather, even his own luck, for his struggles. His farm, a reflection of his thoughts, was unkempt. Weeds grew unchecked, his crops barely yielded anything, and his cattle looked weak. Shyam, on the other hand, woke up each morning with gratitude in his heart. When the sun shone, he called it a blessing for his crops. When it rained, he welcomed it as nourishment for the soil. He believed every challenge carried a lesson, and that every setback was an opportunity to grow. His farm thrived under his care. His crops were abundant, his livestock healthy, and his fields flourished. One fateful evening, dark clouds gathered over the village. A fierce storm unleashed its fury, with winds tearing through the fields and rains flooding the farms. By morning, the damage was clear. Both Ram and Shyam's farms were devastated. Ram looked at his ruined crops and sat down in despair. "This is it," he thought. "Life has beaten me once again. There's no point in trying anymore." He did nothing but lament his misfortune, watching his fields grow wild with weeds over the next few weeks. Shyam, however, rolled up his sleeves and got to work. He knew he couldn't control the storm, but he could control his response to it. He cleared the debris, replanted seeds, and repaired the damage. As he worked, he kept telling himself, "This is a chance to start fresh and do even better than before." Months passed. Ram's farm remained barren, a symbol of his hopelessness. Meanwhile, Shyam's farm began to bloom again. His fields were greener than ever, and his harvest was bountiful. One day, Ram, still stuck in his cycle of misery, visited Shyam and asked, "How did you manage to recover so quickly? The storm destroyed your farm just like mine." Shyam smiled warmly and said, "Ram, the storm didn't just test our farms, it tested our mindset. I've learned that life will always throw challenges our way, but it's how we respond that makes the difference. You see, your thoughts shape your actions. If you think like a victim, you'll act like one. But if you think like a winner, you'll find a way to overcome anything." Ram listened carefully. For the first time, he realized that it wasn't the weather, the government, or luck holding him back. It was his own mindset. Inspired by Shyam, he decided to change. The next morning, Ram woke up with a new determination. Instead of complaining, he began working on his farm. He pulled out the weeds, tilled the soil, and planted new seeds. He replaced his negative thoughts with hope and gratitude. Seasons changed, and so did Ram's life. Slowly but surely, his farm began to flourish. He felt happier, more confident, and more in control of his destiny. He learned that the key to a better life wasn't in changing the world around him. It was in changing how he thought about it. The story of Ram and Shyam teaches us a timeless lesson. Our mindset shapes our reality. Life will always have storms, challenges, failures, and hardships. But whether those storms break us or make us stronger depends entirely on how we choose to think. A positive mindset creates resilience, hope, and success. A negative mindset breeds despair, inaction, and failure. Remember, you can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Change your thinking, and you'll change your life. So, the next time you face a storm, ask yourself, will I let it destroy me, or will I use it to grow stronger?